Vice-Chancellor, fellow council members and staff of the university, graduands, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is customary for the university and its guests to gather as a body for the purpose of conferring academic awards on its graduates. This is a particularly important and happy occasion in the university year. To all of you, I extend a warm welcome. To graduands, graduates and diplomats, I offer congratulations and best wishes. Today we've gathered in order that awards may be conferred on those who've satisfied the Council of the University that they have met the requirements for admission to awards undertaken in the University's faculties. The University's mission commits to the provision of quality education, research training and service in partnership with industry, commerce and the community, regionally, nationally and internationally. The University is also committed to the continuous improvement of all that it does. Your university, in its short history, has achieved much. We are now 9th in the league table for research funds in Australia. This year, we have been given 2 special research centres out of a total of 8, which were organised this year, and both those research centres are in engineering, the only 2 engineering out of the 8. We have 1 of 5 Indigenous research centres and the only one on the East Coast. More than half of the Indigenous medical graduates, 26 of 51, come from this university. Great achievements, all of them, and just 3 of a number. Education today is about the acquisition of lifelong learning skills. I believe that the awards to be conferred upon our graduates, and diplomats today will qualify them to make significant contributions in the local, national and, in the case of some, the international community. Lastly, I take this opportunity to remind those receiving their testamers today that as graduates and diplomats of the university, you automatically become members of Convocation. You thus join some 45,000 other graduates and have an opportunity through elected representatives to become involved in the governance of the university. Through Convocation, you will also be kept informed of activities and developments at the university, so it is possible to stay in touch for as long as you care to do so. By the authority conferred upon me by the Council, I will now formally confer academic awards. Will all candidates for admission to degrees and other awards please stand? In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I confer the awards specified in the program on all those graduates and diplomats who are present today, and in absentia on those unable to be present. I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Science and Mathematics to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science in the specialisation of Environmental Assessment Management, Rachel Metcalf. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science in the specialisation of Environmental Assessment and Management with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Sean Taylor. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Science, Darryl Barclay. Heidi Bishop. Alan Berlin. Benjamin Bourne, Olivia Bauer, Nicole Brown, Amanda Buckeridge, Marcel Buist, Craig Bullen, Michelle Callaghan-Perry, Rick Davey, Linda Day, Stephen Donnelly, Paul Drake, Matthew Fensom, Nicholas Flanagan, Kate Flint, Jodie Gilfeather, Rosemary Cowter, Kate Kelleher, Toby Lambert, David Ledlin, Julie McNaughton, Ben Mullins, Gordon Patrick, Ryan Pitt, Sean Ryan, Paul Shepherd, Samantha Smith, Andrew Stenning, Nicola Y, Colin Wall, Jacqueline Williams, Lincoln Williams, Ben Wallen, Chancellor, I present to you a graduate in the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Science with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Scott Tinsley. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Science with Honours Class 1, Kate Newman. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Mathematics, David Bell. Mark Charles. Tracy Dixon. Samantha Ellicott. Heath Fletcher. Scott Grinelli. Jason Ivory. Ryan Lagerström. Danielle Lang. Lubika Masevsky. Glenn Peters. Mark Robertson. Jeremy Wall. Jared Windiat. Chancellor, I present you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Mathematics with Honours Class 2, Division 2, Christopher Carr. Chancellor, I present you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Mathematics with Honours Class 1, Brendan Ashton. Belinda Faddy. Philip Price. Elizabeth Stoyanovsky. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science, Gillian Adams. Kiralee Older. Nicholas Amos. Neil Bagnall. Eugene Balatz. Lyndall Beaton. Leon Burgo. Wendy Blackmore. Matthew Carroll. Robin Leanne Carestairs. Raquel Cheong. Damien Chua. Jennifer Cleary. Zoe Cox. Martine de Witt. Peter Devine. Kylie Dixon. Thomas Donnelly. Stephen Dowdell. Amanda Durand. James Eastlake. Rosemary Evans. Matthew Finn. Joanne Fisher. Carl Flanagan. Barry Fleming. David Forster. Susan Friend. James Garner. Ingrid Gores. David Gonzalez. Janelle Grainer. Megan Halliday. Rod Hamilton. Daniel Hatton. Belinda Haupt. Georgia Hazard. Christopher Henrys. Sven Hermansen. Samantha Hurd. Jason Holland. Rochelle Holstein. Feli Hopf. Bruce Hopper. Yamal Hoppe. Ian Howard. Michael Hutchinson. Jeffrey Irvin. Micah Jenkins. Anthony Johnston. Christian Jungnickel. Alison Kerrison. Craig Coyner. Sally Leedham. Gabrielle Lajovic. Rosanna McRowan. Paul Manley. Amanda McHugh. Melinda McDonald. Eileen McGovern. Ian McWalter. Leonie Miller. Vicky Morris. Sarah Munro. Nicole Newcomb. Shannon Notley. Ashley Osborne. David Osmond. Kristen Palmer. Anthony Powell. Matthew Pringle. Michael Rayner. Mark Reitzmer. Emma Richards. Catherine Roberts. Catherine Russell. Angela Ryan. Ricky Sadler. Anna Saritas. Stefan Skavak. Nicole Schmitzer. Nicholas Seckham. Lisa Sherry. Jodie Simpson. Jason Skye. Robert Taylor. Ruth Thompson. Tanya Vilmashkin. James Wallace. Catherine Walton. Damon Ward. Natalie Ware. Karen Wilson. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Class 2, Division 2, Mark Hunston. Karen Hunt. Anne-Marie Williams. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Sean Ashford. Gareth Chalmers. Rob Coffey. Natalie England. Joanne Jakubowski. Craig Knott. Melissa Pommering. Kylie Ann Weinberg. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours Class 1, Lorna Adlam. Sonia Cousins. David Dufty. Philip Gilmore. Christopher Glover. Todd Hardy. Alice Kelly. Damien Kinder. Brett McCauley. Tracy McDonald. Peter Miller. Sukit Ui. Jason Pauling. Ian Price. Mark Reist. Jamie Quinton. Sean Vitadello. Christian Wold. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the specialisation of Aviation, Grant Baldock. Christopher Bunnick. Matthew Campbell. Marty Dawson. Elizabeth Derricks. Lisa Duff. David Friedman. Norman Green. Hesham Hamey. Edward Heslop. Brant Hill. Sharon Hoysted. Paul Kirby. Declan Kerwin. Crawford Langholtz. Mark Luscombe. Hamish MacDonald. Peter Moore. Sharon Plaskett. David Shaler. Owen van Mullikum. Nicholas White. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the specialisation of Aviation with Honours Class 1, Colin Grace. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the specialisation of Psychology, Jason Bukovsky. Jason Brown. Melanie Corbett. Grant Creeley, Vanessa Dodd, Timothy Fong, Jeffrey Lay, Todd Martin, Sinden Medley, Megan Nesbitt, Shane Pascoe, Jennifer Pierens, Fiona Pine, Kinta Riches, Kelly Russell, Paul Simpson, Natalie Toner, Chancellor, I present you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the specialisation of Psychology with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Tracy Bragg. Julianne Calmedo, Trudy MacDonald, Paul Sewell, Nicholas Walsh, Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirement for the award of the Graduate Diploma in Health Science in the specialisation of Rehabilitation Counselling. Beverly Christie. Christine Delaney. Kathleen Evans. Jonathan Heyman. Marion Long. Helen McCauley. Bill Story. Stephanie Teasdale. Chancellor, I present you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of the Graduate Diploma in Mathematical Studies, Brett Biaya. Chancellor, I present you graduates of the degree of Master in Environmental Studies, Ian Gordon. Sung Yuan King. Andrew Nagel. Peter Rennie, Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree Master of Health Science in the specialisation of Rehabilitation Counselling, Beth Janus. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Psychology, Educational, Aurora Sacchetti. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates and diplomates from the Faculty of Science and Mathematics.
I call on the Pro-Vice-Chancellor Research to present research higher degree candidates.
Chancellor, I present to you a graduate for the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Robert James Rownley, Bachelor of Science of this university. Mr. Rownley's thesis is on the application of macrocyclic tetraamine ligands and flow injection analysis to the design of a metal selective spectrophotometric analytical technique. Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a prescribed program of study, principally of research. A thesis embodying the outcomes of the research is the principal basis of examination. The degree is only awarded if the thesis makes a significant and original contribution to knowledge and understanding in the field of the knowledge with which it is concerned. Today, the University is proud to honour Doctor of Philosophy graduates who have satisfied these rigorous criteria for the award of the degree. Chancellor, I present to you Estelle Louise Avery, Bachelor of Science with honours of this university. Dr. Avery's thesis is entitled Development of Biomolecular Technologies for the Early Detection of Pollutant Impact in Marine Environments. Dr. Avery. Chancellor, I present to you Catherine Walsh, Bachelor of Science with honours from this university. Dr. Walsh's thesis is entitled Biochemical Alterations in Microcystis aeruginosa in response to irradiance and iron. Dr. Walsh. Chancellor, I present to you Carlos August Bolt-Purvins, Bachelor of Science from this university. Dr. Bolt-Purvins' thesis is entitled The Immobilisation and Remobilisation of Heavy Metals from Wastewater Effluents. Dr. Bolt-Purvins. Chancellor, I present to you Bill Landenberger, Bachelor of Science of this university. Dr. Landenberger's thesis is entitled Petrogenesis and Tectonomagnetic Evolution of S-type and A-type granites in the New England batholith. Dr. Landenberger. Chancellor, I present to you Alan Gore, Bachelor of Mathematics of this university. Dr. Gore's thesis is entitled The Mathematical Modelling of Oscillations in Magnetised Atmospheres, with particular application to sunspot umbrae. Dr. Gore. Chancellor, I present to you Graham John Pettit, Bachelor of Mathematics of this university. Dr. Pettit's thesis is entitled Modelling Wound Healing Angiogenesis and Other Chemotactically Driven Growth Processes. Dr. Pettit. Chancellor, I present to you Ting Li, Master of Science of Shandong University. Dr. Li's thesis is entitled Inelastic Energy Loss, Initial Electron Excitation and Charge Exchange in Low Energy Ions Scattered from Solid Surfaces. Dr. Li. Chancellor, I present to you Robin Ann Cody, Bachelor of Science of this university. Dr. Cody's thesis is entitled Exercise Participation Among Mothers of Young Children, an examination of cognitive, social and societal influences. Dr. Cody. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of Doctor of Philosophy degree graduates.
We will now have a musical interlude presented by the University Choir.
Since Dad got
It's my pleasure now to introduce our occasional speaker, Dr. Timothy Flannery. Dr. Flannery has made contributions of international significance to the fields of paleontology, mammalogy and conservation, and to the understanding of science in the broader community. His work, which includes a number of major discoveries, has received international acclaim. In 1990, at the age of 34, Dr. Flannery received the Edgeworth David Medal, an award given annually to a younger scientist from any scientific discipline in recognition of outstanding contributions to Australasian science. His book, The Future Eaters, An Ecological History of the Australasian Lands and People, 1994, concerns the evolution of Australasian environments and is the first history of its kind. Dr. Flannery has contributed to conservation and the popularisation of science through books, including 2 children's books on Australian dinosaurs, articles, public talks, guest appearances on radio and television documentaries. In 1995, he was invited to advise on population-related and other conservation issues in the Australian Federal Parliament, Canberra. During 1994 to 1995, he was commissioned to speak at major conferences in the USA, United Kingdom, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea and Australia. To conclude, it is a measure of this fine scientist's brilliance and dedication to disseminating the results of his endeavours that he has accomplished so much of international importance within just 10 years of completing his doctorate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Flannery.
Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council, members of the staff of the university, graduates and ladies and gentlemen. What a splendid occasion. What a fantastic event. To see so many science graduates from such a broad cross-section of science is really something very special, I think, to me and to the university and to everyone here. And I'm told that tonight we've seen more doctoral students receive their degrees than at any other occasion in the university's history, and that is something really very, very special. So everyone, Dean, everyone else, that's something very, very special to be proud of. But I'm well aware that in this audience is a lot of other people who have made real sacrifices to make this event happen, to allow it to occur. There's probably, I'd say, a very large number of people out there who've done more than their fair share of dishwashing while their partners or children or whatever else have been busy writing essays, assignments, studying, doing whatever else. There's many people out there who've made real financial sacrifices that have really hurt, particularly in this new era that we face where we're expected to pay more and more for events like this. And I think all of them need special congratulation, and just to be told that everyone up here and everyone in the audience, I'm sure, is aware of those sacrifices and is very, very deeply grateful for them. I suppose I have a difficult job ahead of me, really. The occasional speaker at ceremonies like this is supposed to say something memorable. Well, I've talked to many people about their graduation ceremonies and I've never met anyone who's remembered anything about it. In fact, when I graduated, I remember my mind was so full of the horrible possibility that as I crossed the podium, I would slip and headbutt the Vice-Chancellor as I received my testament, that I remember nothing else but that I'd successfully negotiated what looked like a very perilous path and sat down at the other side, and then the brain switched off. I don't know whether it was what it was, adrenaline or whatever, just wasn't conducive to the kind of the memory part of the brain to be very active. So I'm not quite sure what I should do. Maybe I should give up the idea of saying something memorable and just perhaps tell you a little bit about what it feels like to be some 15 years on from having graduated with my doctorate degree and looking back and seeing what was really important to me in my education, my university education. I think the one thing that stayed with me more than anything else is a small pile of books, perhaps only this high, perhaps only 3 or 4 books really, and they've been wonderfully recycled. I tend to keep on giving them away because I love them so much, and then trying to find new copies of them. And the funny thing is, when I look back at them, that they're the books have come from rather odd little courses that I took at university, which I just did as fillers. They were things that weren't on the mainstream of where I was going, but were courses that were just a little bit on the side, and somehow or other they've had an inordinate influence on me. And I can't really explain why, but I'd like to tell you about them. And I hope that all of you have got some special things like that, some special books perhaps, that will be with you for the rest of your life. One of the ones that I loved was a thing called The History of the Conquest of New Spain. It's an extraordinary book written by a 90-year-old conquistador some 70 years after the Aztec Empire fell to the Spaniards, but retold with such incredible vibrancy as if it was just yesterday. This old man telling a unique event. No one else, none of the other conquistadors ever wrote down what they saw and experienced in that very momentous occasion when the new world really fell to the old. And that book it's very poorly known. I would never have come across it had I not taken a very minor course in Spanish colonial history. I can't tell you why that one means so much to me, but it's just, I go back to it again and again, and it's like meeting an old friend. It's like opening it and meeting Bernal Diez once again and having him speak to me 5 centuries or so after he died about these incredible events. Another book that I loved dearly was a thing called the English Mystery Plays, which is just a series of plays which were played on All Saints' Day. They purport to tell the history of the world. They start with Adam and Eve and go through to the harrowing of hell and all the rest of it. And they're deeply religious plays, but what they tell you about is a whole world view. They give you a sense of what the world appeared to be like to a medieval English peasant. And that is something very precious, to me at least, to have that whole thing set there, somehow survived, was used as a chopping board in a monastery for some time, and was somehow survived through history and was printed. Again, a pretty unusual book, I guess. Another one of my real favourites was Herodotus, who makes the extraordinary, well, we don't know whether he's the father of history or the father of lies, I guess, but the thing that I still remember about the book very clearly is when he goes to Egypt and looks at the pyramids, he writes without any doubt that the hieroglyphics all over these pyramids record the number of onions and garlics the workers were paid to put them together. Kind of wonderful man, I think, a wonderful naive view of life. He's again someone that I can just revisit forever and ever, I think. I think that it's one of the real misfortunes of modern society that the opportunities to encounter works like that, which are somehow irrelevant to the immediate day-to-day workings of society, but which really enrich lives, which give you something which can never be taken away and will be there and really become more and more important as time goes on. Those opportunities are getting smaller and smaller. And I'm really fearful that today some university graduates would have gone through their course, done just the kind of things they needed to get where they wanted to get, and not taken any of those little delightful side paths that end up meaning much more in the journey of life than perhaps where you want to get at the end of your degree. So if I could suggest to you that tonight really is just the beginning for all of you graduates. Yes, you've got your degree, you kind of know where you're going, I guess, to a certain extent, but if I could dare suggest you're not really educated yet, that's something the university can't really do for you. That's something you have to do for yourself. You have to take the opportunity now to really learn about the world that you are going to inherit. And I'd like to just suggest 5 books that I think, perhaps if you read 1 or 2 of them over the next few years, you'll be very greatly rewarded. The first one is Galbraith's Short History of Economics. He's the only person alive on the list that I've got tonight, even though he's very venerable, he's in his 80s. But if you read this book, the practitioners of the dismal science of economics will never be able to pull the wool over your eyes again. Everyone needs to do it. He makes the extraordinary claim in the book towards the end that no one knows what money is anymore. It really is a remarkable book. It will tell you a hell of a lot about the way the world works. And no one today, I think, regardless of where they are, can afford to live in ignorance of this dismal science, at least its basic tenets. And it's a well-written book. It's entertaining. You can't put it down. I found it fantastic. The second one on my list is John Stuart Mill's autobiography. Mill was really, in a sense, the first truly modern man. we see this amazing person with his developing philosophies and developing interests who lays awake at night thinking, worrying about music, saying, you know, there's only so many mathematical combinations that notes can make. And music's been going for so long, surely we're running out of tunes. We're going to run out of good music one day. And he wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning worried about this. An extraordinary person. Again, the book, it'll introduce you to what you are because he's the first person who thinks, I think, in a truly modern way, who records it in that sense, but who was so eccentric as to sit up at night worrying about music. The third book is truly wonderful and one of my favourites. It's Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle. Darwin really did change the modern world. The revolution that evolutionary biology that Darwin started off, is only now being felt in a lot of the disciplines that we're involved in. It's only now being felt truly in the hearts and minds of many modern people. And it's such a powerful change. It's an enormously powerful tool. It's something that we all should really be aware of, and we all should rejoice in the wonderful personality of this fellow Darwin and his incredible ability to entertain. The Voyage of the Beagle really is as much entertainment and travelogue as it is science. He's an extraordinary man. He talks about the enormous earthquake that he felt at Valparaiso, and there he is in a small Spanish town in South America, houses being shaken down around him, he's thrown to the ground, and what's he doing? He's got his watch out of his pocket, timing the event, trying to work out which direction the waves of the shock waves are coming from. Quite an amazing person. He's always been my inspiration to grab the moment like that. I'm sure that I'd just be knocked down, hands over the head, terrified, but not Darwin. The fourth on the list is Wallace, Alfred Wallace, who wrote the Malay Archipelago. An extraordinary life lived. Someone spent 9 or 10 years travelling through Southeast Asia about 150 years ago. The thing that Wallace gives you is a sense of how rapid change can be. When Wallace was staying in Singapore in 1856, for example, he said that an average of 1 person a week was being eaten by tigers on the island. Hard to believe now. Even as late as the 1880s, just over 100 years ago, it was unsafe to sleep in the outlying hotels of Singapore because tigers would swim across the strait at night, come through an open window and take one of the guests with them back across to Malaysia. But to see that kind of change in a century in that part of the world is really sobering. It gives us real food for thought, I think. It tells us a lot about this modern world we've inherited. It tells us, in a sense, that there is no more certainty, that certainty has ended, that the world that we've inherited is one which is going to take a lot of very, very quick thinking, a lot of people with very, very broad views of the nature of this endeavour that we call life. The final one I really shouldn't have on the list because I edited it, but don't buy my edition. This is not an advertisement. It's a book about early Sydney, written by Watkin Tench, and it tells us about the beginnings of our nation. And one of the things which is critical in that book to me is that in early Sydney, for the first 3 or 4 years, black and white got along fairly well. The Europeans were living out of their stores, the Aborigines still had their land and their harbour to fish in, and there was a certain amount of dignity in the relationship between the two. It's so important to me because I think that we can recapture that dignity. If we do things right in the next few years, we can recapture that wonderful balance, and perhaps we'll all be far better off for it. But read the book. It is good. I suppose there's the other thing that I would like to say, just re-emphasise, is that certainty really is now ended for us in the modern world. I guess it was a certainty that BHP would pull out of Newcastle, but what that's done is created a whole new order of things in many ways, and you're the people who are going to grapple with the problems and come up with the solutions. It's not all negative. These events represent opportunities as well, real opportunities for people like you to do something different. I guess I'd like to finish up just talking about one other very strange book written by an old crocodile hunter in New Guinea. And in the acknowledgements, he says that, most people who write acknowledgements end up thanking their editors or their wife or the typist or their mates or whatever else. He said they very, very rarely thank the person who they owe it all to, that being the author. So I'm going to thank myself at the beginning of my book. And I think that's what you should all do tonight. All of you people here, congratulate yourselves. Be proud of a tremendous achievement, and I wish you all the very, very best in future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Flannery. Memorable or not as a speech, your evident warmth of feeling for our future scientists, I think is very special. Suggesting as a scientist that breadth of education is important as lives develop, I think is a very important message. Your presence here as a young, eminent scientist is an inspiration, I think, to us all. Thank you very much indeed. I now have great pleasure in inviting Mr. Chris Glover to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, honours guest, friends and fellow graduates. Many people would see today about being about us, about an end to our days of study. Well, for most of us, today is the end of our days of study, but it's not about an ending or even about us. Today is the beginning. It's the beginning of what we will do with our testimonies. And it's not about us either. Yeah, I mean, we get to wear the fancy dress and we get to celebrate afterwards, but we did all that 5 months ago. Today is about thanking the people who helped us to get here. It's about showing gratitude to our family and friends for all the help that they've given us, support, courage, love, money. You've made a considerable investment in us, and we thank you. And today is part of that way to repay you for what you've done for us. We're proud of you, and we hope you're proud of us. Also, to our mentors, to the lecturers, to the university staff, you've inspired us with knowledge and respect for the world around us. Please keep up the good work. Our friends in Canberra are making that task even more difficult year to year. So I hope in the future we can do a good as job as you have done for us. But as everyone would know, university life is much more than studying, doing assignments and exams and thinking. In fact, some students come to university based on the social life. But on a sad note, I think that this year, or this group of graduates, can be witness to the biggest destructive catastrophe for future generations of Newcastle students. And that is that we're probably one of the last group of graduating bodies to have been on a uni pub crawl, because they banned it. I bet everyone thought I was talking about the closure of VHP. So to the Bar on the Hill, the O-Balls, the Autonomy Day, the sporting clubs and societies, cultural, religious, political groups, they've shown us that there's different ways to be, and we thank them. So congratulations, graduates, we've made it. And as science graduates, we all have a vastly different experience of science. But above all, we should have gained several important skills. The ability to question, observe, analyse and react. These skills are common to any good course of academic study, and I hope as science graduates we should be more endowed in them than others. We haven't been trained to fill some particular professional role. We can't open the paper or the Financial Review and look for a very well paid, lucrative graduate job. But then who would want that anyway? We've experienced one of the world's greatest and most interesting assets, that's science and the world around us. We receive our rewards in other forms than money. But we still have a lot of work to do for science. Instead of pursuing the unifying theory of everything, I suggest that our biggest challenge will be popularising science to the greater community. In these harsh economic climates, we have to create a strong link between science and Mr. and Mrs. Average and their family. That's the only way that science will survive. I'd just like to finish by talking about a very successful Newcastle graduate and his story. Ken graduated with a PhD from this university more than 20 years ago. He has had an illustrious career since then, and he is currently regarded as one of the captains of industry. He holds the position of Chief Executive of a multinational, multidisciplined company with a very strong local presence. And luckily for him, it's not BHP either. His qualifications as an expert in his field started his career. He got his foot in the door with his PhD and his studies. He had a well-balanced education. Yet, Ken attests that the most important skill that he had to learn to get to the top was he had to learn to drink. And I'm a bit worried about that, but I guess there's hope for everybody yet. Now, considering he was once president of the engineering fraternity at this university, I wonder why he had to learn it afterwards. So, as we leave here today and advance our lives, please remember that the degrees we have today are not the bit of paper we hold in our hand, but they're the knowledge and experience we hold in our hearts and minds. Our learning will never be over, but at least we have a sound beginning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Glover, for your speech. As you rightly point out, today is the end of the beginning, I suppose, but you, as scientists, are trained to cope probably better than anyone else with the sort of change that we see in this world. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that you're part of this institution which looks forward to a long and productive association with each and every one of you. Congratulations and good luck. I would like now to declare this evening closed and would like to invite you all to join us for refreshments which will be provided by the University Union in the marquee at the rear of the Great Hall. And I would like to remind you that the Southern Cross Lounge Bar and the University Club will be open until 9 p.m. for those wishing to take advantage of those facilities, and I suppose maybe starting their course of drinking. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.